Namaskar, this is Akhilesh Bhargav. Welcome to Tidbits on Business and Finance with me. The NCLAT order last month ordering the reinstatement of Cyrus Mistry as the executive chairman of Tata Sons Ltd was a huge shocker to the Tata camp, not just because their arch rival had been reinstated as the chairman of the group, not just also because the appointment of Chandra as the chairman of Tata Sons had been invalidated and held illegal by the NCLAT, but more so because of the scathing remarks passed by the court in respect of violation of standards of corporate governance and transparency by the haloed Tata Group. As expected, the Tata Group rushed to the Supreme Court seeking relief, initially by way of a stay on this order and of course subsequently hoping that the order is set aside and quashed. In a very interesting development yesterday, Cyrus Mistry issued a statement saying that he was no longer interested in being appointed as the chairman of the group or on the board of the three companies including TCS as the NCLAT had ordered. This was a kind of an olive branch offered by the Mistry camp to the Tata camp. It certainly means that the acrimony that would be expected is not going to be there. There will not be any more protracted litigation between the two camps, and to that extent, it ends the prevailing uncertainty, particularly in terms of the huge vacuum created at the top in case the appointment of Chandra as the chairman of Tata Sons was held to be invalid. Mistry said in a statement that he does not seek to return to be the chairman of Tata Sons Ltd or to be appointed on the board of TCS and other companies despite having won at the NCLAT. He said that there is no quest for power or position and that it is the group's interests which are far more important than the interests of one single individual. He says that the fight is not about him, but it is about protecting minority interests and ensuring that standards of corporate governance are not violated. He pointedly said that in the last 3 years, the Tata Group has shown scant respect for the interests of the minority shareholders and that it is time for them to introspect and to reflect on this subject. He says that the founding fathers of the Tata Group, they set up extremely strong ethical standards and cared for all the shareholders, and that is what needs to be done. He says that the decades-long relationship between the Mistry family and the Tata family has been founded on mutual faith and common agreement, and of course, that must be upheld. He said that he would be seeking a seat on the board of Tata Sons Ltd in order to protect the interests of the minority shareholders and to ensure that corporate governance is not violated and standards of transparency are also adhered to. This is a kind of an amicable settlement of the entire controversy, but the Tata camp has a compulsion to go to the Supreme Court in order to overturn the order of the NCLAT. They need to do that. They need to pursue these legal options in order to ensure that the appointment of Chandra as the chairman of Tata Sons Ltd is validated, not held to be illegal. They also need to ensure that the conversion of Tata Sons from a limited company to a private limited company is also upheld, and that all those scathing remarks which have been passed by the NCLAT in respect of the conduct of the Tata Group's management and its violation of corporate governance, those remarks are purged. So, the Tata camp is in the Supreme Court and the hearing should have started today in case the Supreme Court agreed to do so. With this kind of a statement made by Mr. Mistry, to us, it certainly settles a lot of things. It puts uncertainty in the Tata Group to rest. It also ensures that the group resumes its normal confidence and conduct of its business. Even this statement of Mr. Mistry had both the camps divided. Those who are part of the Mistry camp lauded the statement. They said that it was a show of statesmanship and that by doing so, he had ensured that there is no further conflict in the group and he has occupied a very high moral ground. And this statesmanship, according to them, must be reciprocated by the Tata Group such that he is invited by them to be on the board of directors of Tata Sons Ltd. The other camp said that this statement by Mr. Mistry is a very well planned and clever move, inasmuch as that the very order of NCLAT is not tenable, inasmuch as that the Companies Act does not provide for any such reinstatement of a director as the NCLAT had ruled in the case of Cyrus Mistry. So the Tata camp just brushed it aside as just a clever and well planned move. To us, there is a large picture in this entire scene. In India, despite the strengthening of the rights of minority shareholders in a company under the new Companies Act 2013, despite that, corporate democracy in India is a game of numbers. The number game prevails. It is the majority that finally prevails, despite all the protection that the Companies Act may offer. And that was very evident in the way the Tatas threw out Cyrus Mistry in October 2016 by virtue of their brute majority in Tata Sons Ltd. The reality, according to us, is that the majority needs to care for the minority's interests. They have a responsibility to do so. And in doing that, they are finally looking after the interests of the company at large. To us, the minority plays a huge role in the management of a company, especially where it is a significant minority like the Mistry family in Tata Sons. They have an 18.4% stake in the company. Such a minority, according to us, plays a role of what a brake plays in a car. It is because of the brake that a car is able to speed, and it is because of vigilant minority shareholders that one ensures that the majority, by virtue of its brute numbers, does not take any rash or reckless decisions which are against the interests of the company. The majority needs to bear this in mind, that finally a vibrant and well protected minority is in the interest of the majority itself. So according to us, Mr. Mistry must be appointed back on the board of Tata Sons Ltd. That will ensure that the interests of the minority are protected, standards of corporate governance and transparency are upheld, and that, according to us, will be in the interest of the Tata camp, the Tata Group itself. This is Akhilesh Bhargav signing off till we meet again. Namaskar.